Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode in Alfalfa, Poland. Alright, so as we said previously, we are now in the second half of March and there is a need for us to start putting some crops in the ground. Hey Charlie. Charlie the unicorn, anybody familiar with that? I hope you're not, because that was a horrendous show. In any case, I do think I have to put some manure into the greenhouse. So let's take care of that real quick. And while I'm here, I still have plenty of seed, and I have plenty of fertilizer, which I won't need at this very moment. But before we put seed in the ground, as we said, we're gonna put some fertilizer. Hopefully it's gonna stay dry without rain until we can do all that. But otherwise, yeah, I think it's turning into a beautiful day. Okay, let's dig up the stinky. And in between the episodes I have started writing in the horse uther, because if it's gonna be sold, it better be used to human contact and on the work that it's gonna be expected to perform. And this will probably also increase the value of the horse, because if you remember, we started with around 1,600 when I said that I am thinking of selling him, but now I've been thinking some more. Yeah, I know that's a dangerous thing, but I really do think that we can get a bit more for the horse, and I think it's gonna do better if it's a bit more groomed and well behaved and trained. Alright, let's get one more scoop, and that's gonna be enough for this to keep running for a while. We're not pressed for money, but it's just a waste, you know, if we have all the facilities and we're not using them. I think anybody would agree that it would be a shame to miss out on all that money. And we have probably done a community a disservice, because they do expect fresh vegetables every month, and yeah, if we start lacking, people ain't gonna have anything to put on the table, which is totally unacceptable. In between the episodes, I have also decided where we're gonna have what crop. And I think it's going to be a very diverse planting season yet again. Yeah, I was saying I do think it's going to be quite a diverse planting season yet again. So that's going to be all nice and dandy. And I've been thinking we got just over 1,000 liters of sunflower still in the barn. And I'm not gonna take that and sell it, because as you've seen previously, we don't really get a lot in terms of sunflowers off a field. So if we keep that 1,000 and a bit liters, and we have a smaller field of sunflowers this year, I think it's gonna work in our favor. Yeah, no. Let's try and fill up this fertilizer spreader. my tractor. Yeah, I should go front in. Has that ever happened to you when you were looking backwards and you went forwards? Because you didn't put it in reverse. Well, that just happened for me, so yes, I have done that and do not recommend. It's a very dumb feeling. Oh, look, there's already something in. Did not know that. Alrighty, let's throw some bags in. Okay, a good little work table if I have it at this height. Alright, so the first batch is in, and let's get the other heavier pellet out. Not too shabby. I was expecting the telehandler, the skid steer, to feel more weight on it, but it doesn't seem like it's having any issues. Perfect. Alright, let's sort this out. And here we are. And this is all the fertilizer we have left, which I think might be plenty. Okay, let's drop it down so the hydraulics are not under tension. Yeah, this is gonna be perfect. Alright, so this field right here, I'm thinking of having it full of wheat or something like that, technically a cereal crop. So yeah, we don't need that much of cereal crop or grain, because we have 2,000 liters of rye still in our garage. So yeah, it might be a good idea to actually plant rye. I think rye was also our first crop we ever planted, wasn't it? And yeah, then we can combine the old rye and the new rye together, and we can get a nice little stock of rye to give our pigs, to our pigs. Yeah, my voice is still acting up, so I do apologize for that. I'm struggling to speak. Right, so yeah, let's go do all the fields and then we'll be back with something different. Gonna put some seed in the ground. Alrighty, coming to the last field. Woo, 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 woo. I've been looking around and I almost missed the field I want. Anyway, I think I overdone with fertilizing, because I will be putting in 2 crops with the planter and they both need, I mean, the planter can put fertilizer in the ground at the same time as it's putting seed in. So I might have I might have overdone it. And I'll go around this problem just by not putting any fertilizer in the planter. Just gonna have corn and or sunflower seeds. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, so I've been checking the calendars and we can put rye in right now, we can put sunflowers in right now, and we can put oat in right now. So we have 3 crops to put in the ground. One's gonna be with the planter and 2 are gonna be with the seeder. Yeah, I don't know why, I simply just forgot about the planter's seed and fertilizer combination. Oh well. Probably not the first that forgot about things like that. Or maybe I am. Maybe I am. Even though this fertilizer spreader doesn't really have a huge capacity, but it holds out. Holds out for a long time without needing to be refilled. I mean, to have the ability to put or fertilize the field like this with the amount we have, I think it's a pretty good deal. And yeah, I'm gonna have to make a trip back to, or maybe not. Yeah, I'll definitely have to make a trip back. It's not gonna be much left, but still, it's gotta be done. I think we can expect some very good crops this year. Okay, well, we made it back to the farm, and it's time to switch the implements. And I'll leave the fertilizer in the spreader, even though that's usually not the best idea. Because it can get clumped up as the result of moisture, but I don't really know if I can be bothered. We had some fertilizer in for the previous seasons and it chucked it out just fine. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Let's go get the seeder. Yeah, the vineyard is still sleeping. Nothing much to do in that department. And we actually have a free access to our seeder. I gotta remember this setup. So I put the planter in front of the windrower. And this seems to work perfectly. Nice. Perfectly well. Let me see if there's anything in there. Nope, so it's completely empty. Alright, let's get everything loaded up. And we still got a few bags of fertilizer left for the future use. But I'll have to bring over another pallet of this good stuff. Come on. What is this? It's a sticky situation. Look at this. Okay, let's try to put it down on the ground. Maybe the concrete will grip it a bit better. And I think I sorted this out. Yeah, okay. I put some solvent over the tines and it let go. Alrighty, let's get a bag of seed. Yeah, I still have to go and buy the big bag handler because the spikes and the pallet forks are simply too low for quality loading. And as you can see, we can't really get close enough, at least not from the back. Let's try and put it in on the side. Yeah, this isn't really working. Let's put this all the way at the end of the pallet line. This way we can lift it just a bit higher. Okay, like this, yeah. Alright, let's get another bag. Taking the shelf with me, huh? That would be something. Feels like we're gonna drop it. Alright, so let's see. They didn't fill it up. Let's check how much there's in there. I think there's plenty. Okay. No need to overfill. All that would do is put additional strain to our 3-point link. Alright, so if you remember, we had corn planted in this field and we had sunflowers planted in that field over there. So we're gonna put rye into this one and oat into that field. And then we're gonna have corn and sunflowers in the fields over there. Corn is gonna be in the smaller field that's closer to our farm, and sunflowers are gonna be in the biggest field. Alright, why is it struggling? Where is this tractor struggling with this? Shouldn't have any issues. Okay, I'm trying to figure this out, and I'm driving all around this place. Alright, very peculiar. But at least it looks like it's putting seed in the ground. Is what it should be doing, but I don't know why the struggle. Oh well. Let's keep it as it is while it's still working. Never poke the tiger while it sleeps. Alrighty, well, this is it for oats and rye. And it's only 11 p.m, so we have plenty of time still left to do the sunflowers. So I'm thinking something, this probably needs to be rolled. No, actually, I'm gonna take the seed out, I'm gonna put it in the planter. I'm gonna go plant the sunflowers and then we'll take out the roller and do the rolling. It's gotta be done in today's day, because otherwise it will already grow some and we can't really do rolling when we have crop growing outside. So let me empty this out. And we'll be right back. Good, so we made all the seed. I transferred all the seed out into this bag. The seeder is empty. And it's time to swap it out. Oh, my eyes itchy. Ooh. Oh wee. It's gotta be the allergies. So I think we won't need this seeder anymore this year. So it can be safely parked in here and left until next spring. And then we can park the planter in front of the seeder, and when winter comes we put the planter in front of the windrower and we're done. And we're ready for next year. Yeah, this sounds like a pretty good process, I think. So, again, we don't want to have the same crop in the same field year after year, which means that when we... I'm gonna try and load it up from the ground and scoop it in. Okay, I'll be right back. Alrighty, this has been filled up. So yeah, I was saying that we don't want to have the same type of crop, not just the same crop, but the same type. So for example, one type of crop is cereal crop, and we don't want to have the same type of crop in the same field year after year, because the soil gets depleted and then you don't really have as good of a yield, and you're also destroying the soil on your farm. So it's better to rotate it. So this field was corn previously and now it's rye. That field was sunflowers and now it's oat. This field was wheat, I think. I think it was wheat. And yeah, because we had bales on it. This field was wheat and it's gonna be corn this year. And the corn field down there was corn in the previous year, and it's gonna be sunflowers in this year. And I think corn and sunflowers are not the same type. I might be mistaken though. But at least, as a bare minimum, it's not the same crop like corn after corn, but it's sunflowers after corn. Let's hope that's the right thing to do. Alrighty. So now it's sunflower time. And I think I want to start at the bottom of the field and work my way back to the top, and then just do the headlands, and we're happy to say that's that. Now my only hope is that we have enough seed in the hopper to do the whole field. We should, but you never know with things like this. It should be enough. So. Alright, so I can see that we can't really hold a straight line with this tractor and this planter at the back. So I'm kind of guessing it might be better if we actually put this on the new Zetor next time we do it. And I'm missing some ground. Oh well. It's a minor miss. Yeah, so while this tractor is exceptionally well in turning around, it doesn't really do well with... Okay, no, I'm missing way too much. Let me fix that. Yeah, in any case, if it can't really hold a straight line, it's not good for at least the row crops. So yeah, just for a bit of an idea what's going on. Well, I think this is gonna be the last pass. We gotta do the headland, and there's a tiny little piece that I couldn't reach in one headland over there. So this is where we're at right now. And as you can see, we have plenty of seed still left. So it's gonna be enough to put the corn in the next field over. But yeah, pretty good. It's 3 p.m. and we only have rolling still to do, and then we're gonna be all finished. So yeah, next time I'll definitely have to do this with the bigger tractor, because this one is having too much issues. Yeah, pretty good. And I can see we're running a bit low on fuel already. But this field definitely doesn't need... Oh, I can also sort out this strip I missed. While we're at it, why don't we? So what was I saying? Yeah, that we don't have to roll this field, I think, because row crops usually don't get rolling. We have to only roll the oat field and the rye field. Okay, this is all perfectly done. Let's roll away. I'll leave the planter on the tractor, and I'll just put it in the garage because I want it out of the moisture. Okay, I guess I was Too courageous. Alright, perfect. Toit like a tugger, but it's still very good. And while we're at it, let's take this seed back into the shed. Now it's your turn. This is gonna be a bit of a more comfortable ride. Yeah, there's definitely a huge difference between the tractors. But as I've said multiple times by now, this one doesn't have as good of a turning circle as the other one has. So that's why I'm preferably use the old machine. Isn't that weird? Yeah, I'm completely misaligned. Okay. It's time to press the seed deep into the ground so it stays nice and moist and the crows don't pick it out. Yeah, this should be done in no time. Right, and this is gonna be this field all rolled, and then I think we're done with rolling for this year. But yeah, field's looking good, and then we'll see if we have any problems with any type of weed. I'm gonna have to sort that out. And if not, we might have some problems with, I mean, not problems, but we might have to apply another patch of fertilizer. And that's gonna be field work all done. And then we're gonna have to focus on making as much hay as we possibly can. Because you probably remember that we had quite a lot of trouble with having not enough feed for our animals. And since we have our own fields and we now even have a field of alfalfa, it would really be a shame if we run out of feed again. It's just unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. Alright, and a tiny bit left over here, and then we're all finished. And since it's such a beautiful day, I did figure I would like to do something else for the end of the day, and that is I would like to get the horse Uther out and take it for a not for a spin, but for a walk, maybe even run or gallop. I'm gonna have to order some fuel, I think, pretty soon. Alright, this is as far as I go. Alright, let's find our beautiful Uther. Which one are you? Why can't I see any information about you? So you're Garrus, you're the father. You are Jasmine, you're the mother, and Uther, here you are. Let's take you out. All right. Wait for me right here. Ooh, you know what? We should go and see the pond from the horse's side of view. Maybe he'll even want to drink some. Ooh, I got an even better idea. I have promised that we're gonna go see the Alfalfa field quite a few episodes ago, and we didn't. Well, I didn't. So why don't we have a bit of a run and go towards that field over there? Okay, this is our grass field. Seems to be growing pretty nicely. And I think we can cut across here. Yeah, this was the longest I have ever ridden a horse, or the furthest away from the farm. But here we are. This is the field of Alfalfa. Wow, is that a lush crop? Or what? Amazing. Let's go up to that tree, and I'm gonna let you graze some on this beautiful grass growing. Ancient grass. Look at that, we have boars in here. Go away, you're not welcome. Oh shoot, I hope they're not destroying the grassland too much. Okay, seems I'm pretty tired. Alrighty. In any case, I'm gonna let you Uther graze a bit. Yeah, you can eat some if you want. And I think I'm gonna lean on the tree and just enjoy the rest of the evening. And yeah, this is gonna be it for this episode. Thank you all for watching. Hope you had fun, and join us next time where we continue with this adventure. So yeah, take good care of yourselves, and goodbye.